It's Tuesday, and every Tuesday I get my dairy delivery from our dairy farmer. This little bag makes me so happy. So usually when I get my delivery, I turn this whole jar of milk into yogurt. As I was saying a few videos back, my daughter had gut issues and we started implementing probiotic rich foods in our diet more and more. One of the things that we started eating on daily basis is homemade yogurt, and kids love it like crazy. They love it as a snack with some maple syrup or honey, or I just use it in the smoothie. I'm making a new batch for this week and I'll take you through the whole process, and hopefully it will inspire you to ferment your own yogurt at home. So there are two ways to make yogurt at home, either in an instant pot or a regular pot, and you start by pouring the milk into the pot. And if you don't have an instant pot, you're probably thinking right now, okay, this video isn't for me, I'll never be able to make yogurt at home. Please wait, in a few moments I'll explain how you can make yogurt in just a regular pot you already have at home. Now you heat the milk up to 82 to 85 degrees Celsius when it's almost boiling. Then take it off the heat and let it cool down to 40-45 degrees Celsius. To ferment the yogurt, you will need a yogurt starter. There are two options that you can use. One of them is store-bought yogurt starter. And usually this one packet is meant for 1 liter of milk. Once you've heated up the milk and once you've cooled it down to 42 degrees Celsius, you just add this starter to the milk, mix it and leave it to ferment. And when you have used this starter once, you can then reuse the yogurt you have made for 3 to 5 times when you're making yogurt again and again. And after approximately 5 times, you will have to make yogurt with a new starter again, because every time you use the old yogurt as a starter, the starter will become weaker and weaker. So at some point you will have to make a new strong yogurt again. The other option, as I already said, is to use the previous yogurt you have made. This is what I usually do most of the time. So I just make it once with this, and then I do 4 to 5 weeks in a row. I would use a little bit from the yogurt I have made the week before. There's actually a third option. You can also use store-bought yogurt as a starter, but you have to make sure that the yogurt is active and full of live bacteria. Otherwise, the fermentation just won't happen. So just pick the method you like the most, either buying these packets or buying yogurt or reusing your old yogurt week after week. And that's actually the most complicated part of this whole process, because the process is really, really easy. So while the milk is cooling down, I will prepare my starter. I will be using yogurt from the previous week. You'll need approximately 50 grams of yogurt per 1 liter of milk. Once the milk has cooled down to 40-45 degrees, take off the milk skin and add the starter of your choice. If you're using Instant Pot, choose the yogurt setting and set the timer for up to 24 hours. And what it does is that it keeps consistent temperature around 40 degrees Celsius, which is ideal for the good bacteria to grow and make our yogurt. Okay, so I promised you an alternative to the Instant Pot, and you'll need just a regular pot, a warm blanket, and let's pretend I have the milk and the starter already in here. So you just heat it up, let it cool down, add the starter, everything in one pot, and just take a warm blanket and cover the pot in the blanket. And now you just put this someplace warm. I don't know if you have like a fireplace or by the radiator or heater or whatever, just a warm place in your home, and let it ferment for up to 24 hours. And you can just open it once in a while, taste it, see if you like it. If not, you can leave it to ferment longer, and that's it. So the flavor of the yogurt and the amount of good bacteria in it will depend on how long you ferment it. You can ferment your yogurt for 8 to 10 hours for a mild flavor. It won't be as tangy and as sour, but it will also have less beneficial bacteria in it. You can go over 10 hours, from 10 to let's say 18. The texture and the flavor will become more rich. The yogurt will become more sour, but because of the longer fermentation, you will also have more of the good bacteria in your yogurt. So I usually go for 18 to 24 hours because then I will get the biggest amount of the beneficial bacteria in the yogurt, and that's what I'm going for. But you can play around, you can see what yogurt you like the best. The 24-hour fermentation will make a really tangy and sour yogurt, and some people might not like it. I'm really happy and also really surprised that my kids like it, but they usually eat it with either honey or maple syrup to balance out the sourness.
24 hours, Dad. 24 hours.
Hi, it's been 24 hours and the yogurt is done. Let me show you what it looks like. It has been fermenting for 24 hours. We will need a clean jar. And we have to stir it a little bit before we pour it into the jar. As you can see, the yogurt is quite runny, but once it sets in the fridge for a few hours, it will become thicker. So my kids prefer this kind of yogurt, which is more on the runny side. But myself, I prefer more of a Greek style yogurt. So what we're gonna do is we are going to make it thicker. We are going to strain the yogurt. And in that way, we are going to get rid of some of the whey that's in the yogurt, and it will become thicker and more like Greek yogurt. Okay, so we are covering the sieve with, I forgot the name of this in English. And now we just pour the yogurt in. Just cover it with anything and put it in the fridge for a few hours. So it's been around 3 hours since I put the yogurt in a sieve and put it in the fridge. And you can see that it has become thicker and creamier. What's left here is whey. You can keep it, you can use it in smoothies or when making pancakes. If I would have kept it in the fridge overnight, it would become even thicker. But this is great for my taste. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and please let me know if you try it.